Okay. Hello, happy travelers. Okay. Kelly's running a little behind, so she's going to join us in just a second. But in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about our group trip to Costa Rica, which is going to be really fun. We're super excited. We had enough qualified responses to go ahead and move forward with the trip. So it's going to actually be happening. We've set some dates. Which is really exciting. So our group trip to Costa Rica will be happening in March of 2023, right around spring break time. So that should be pretty good for everyone to travel. If you look at the first comment that is pinned on our chat board, that is a link to the trip. And also in the description of this video is a link to the itinerary. It's going to be a 6-day, 7-day trip. So we wanted to hop on this and answer any questions that anyone might have, talk a little bit about the trip and about Trova Trip, and see if we can answer any questions, pretty much. So like I said, Kelly is running just a little bit behind, so she'll be in here in just a minute. So we're going to open up the floor to all of the questions for that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we're definitely excited. We've talked about doing a group trip for quite some time, but when we first kind of started talking about it, it was right before the pandemic, and obviously everything shut down, so that wasn't a possibility. So we picked it back up, and it's going to be really fun. I can kind of go over the itinerary just a little bit. Like I said, if you want to see it, it's going to be in the first pinned comment, and also in the itinerary, or the itinerary will be posted in the description of this video. So it is a 7-day trip. There are 8 to 20 spots available. The price of the trip includes all of the hotels for the entire stay. You have a guide for the entire time you're there as well, which is nice. It includes most of your meals. There's a few meals that you're on your own. The nice thing about these tours is that they often give you free time. So it's not just a tour that's full of activities the entire time that you're there, which can be a little bit much. So that's kind of nice that they put in some free time for you to explore the cities that you're going to be visiting on your own. So most of the meals are included, like I said, but there are a couple that you're on your own to go get, lunch or dinner, wherever you want. I think all the breakfasts are included, which is nice. So starting off, and I'm just going through the itinerary. I'm looking at my phone right here, but it's the same itinerary that's going to be posted in the pinned comment and in the description. The trip starts and finishes in San Jose. So once you fly into San Jose, they have 3 different shuttle options that will take you and pick you up at the airport and take you right to the hotel. So that is really nice. The first night you spend in San Jose just to get everyone, make sure that everybody arrives and is settled from a long day of travel. The first part of the trip you had inland in Costa Rica, kind of to the rainforest and the jungle areas, and go and see a volcano. So the first spot is La Fortuna. So that is where you travel on day 2 to the Areno volcano, which is one of the most famous volcanoes in Costa Rica. We had a few different options for this trip. We knew we wanted to go to Costa Rica. We figured that was a great trip for everyone to start off with. Trova Trip is a really reputable company, so if this trip goes well, I think we'll be doing more of these in the future. But for the first trip, we wanted to pick somewhere that was a little easier to travel to, not too far from the US. Obviously, we would have loved to have gone to Bali or Turkey or Egypt or somewhere like that, but that's a little hard for a lot of people to get to. So the nice thing about Costa Rica is there's plenty of flights that are available. So if you're interested in coming along on this trip, flights won't be an issue. The first day we visit an organic farm, which should be really fun. Learn a little bit about farming in Costa Rica, make homemade tortillas, and then enjoy a traditional lunch at the organic farm, which is really, really cool.
Hello, sorry.
Kelly was running a little behind, so
I've got. Should I turn this off, do you think?
Yeah, that's probably good. A little better.
I have COVID, so I'm moving a little slowly these days.
Yeah, after 2.5 years, it caught both of us.
Caught up with us.
But luckily, we are on the uptick, where it's kind of the last little bit of it. So we're still in quarantine, but we're feeling much better. It was kind of just a bad cold for us, so we can't really complain too much.
But we're still going to.
So I was just going through the itinerary. The first day we go to the organic farm and hike the Arnold volcano. So we're actually going to be going into Arenal Volcano National Park.
Arenal? I
probably butchered the pronunciation, so I apologize. If you know, we're not best with pronunciation of different languages. Arnold Volcano.
Put this on Instagram, see if anyone wants to join us.
Cool. All right. And if you have any questions, please feel free to hit us up in the chat and let us know. That's kind of what this is all about, is just answering questions about this upcoming trip to Costa Rica.
Or whatever you guys want to ask us questions about, but specifically we'd like to talk about the trip if you want.
If anyone's interested in going. So going through the itinerary a little bit more, we'll do a hike to the Arnold volcano, up through lava flows. You'll see panoramic views of the volcano. From what I understand, it's not that hard of a hike. It's designed for all ages. So there will be a little bit of physical activity, but it's not anything that you really need to worry about. As long as you're in decent shape and can hike a little bit, I think you'll be fine with this. We're not going to be climbing to the top of the volcano and going inside or anything crazy like that. So
you're really going over it in detail, huh?
Yeah, I figure so. You know, unless you want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I put it on Instagram. I said, okay. Sorry, guys. Please continue.
The next part of that second day, we actually go to a hot spring. So after the hike to the volcano, we'll be visiting Paradise Hot Springs, which I believe from the research I've done is a pretty nice hot spring. They have different pools that you can go into. I think there is accommodation there as well. So that's pretty nice.
Is that where we're staying?
We're not. I don't think we're staying there. No, but we do have dinner there. So there is a restaurant there. So that's really, really cool. There's natural thermal water pools, jacuzzis of varying temperature. I heard there's one thermal pool that you can go in that's like 150 degrees, which sounds insane. I don't know how long you'd be able to spend in that. We did hot springs once, just natural ones by Mammoth, and there was a really, really hot spring there that you could go into for just a couple of minutes, and it was too much to kind of spend any longer than that. So, but that'll be really nice after a nice hike up to the volcano to go and spend some time in the hot springs. There's also showers, massages, body treatments, food and drink, pool areas. So it'll be a nice kind of relaxing afternoon and into dinner for that first day. Spend the night in La Fortuna again. Once again, that's one of the places that we'll be staying that's a little more rainforest oriented, kind of away from the coast. And then the next day we visit a waterfall. So that will be really nice. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah.
Here, you take over. I did the first part of this while she wasn't ready, so.
Well, you definitely should not ever teach a class.
Yeah, I know. I'm not the good one on camera here. I'm the one that holds the camera.
All right. Hello, everybody. Hi, John, Thomas, Philip. Hello. I am feeling a little bit better. Thank you. I still have probably sound like I have a cold, but feeling better. It's still there. We're still testing positive, but we are on the mend for sure. Talking about our group trip, as Kevin was saying. Here, I have some notes on it. Is this it? Yeah, okay. It is humid here today. We had some thunderstorms earlier that were like shaking the windows.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And we don't ever get thunderstorms in Southern California. So.
No, so of course I ran outside to see
at 4 a.m. to watch the thunderstorm.
Yep, that's me. All right, so as Kevin said earlier, we're going to Costa Rica in March of 2023. So plenty of time to plan for that. So that's awesome. Flights to Costa Rica usually aren't that expensive from the US, depending on where you're coming from. Probably under $1,000, which is nice. You'll fly into San Jose, which is I think the biggest airport in Costa Rica. So they fly direct from, or you can find a direct flight from a lot of US cities, which is nice. It's going to be March 13th through the 19th in 2023. So that is a Saturday to a Sunday, I think. So you can get home for work or school or whatever on Monday. I think that's right in the middle of a lot of spring break for colleges. Thomas just moved to the big island of Hawaii. Do you guys recommend anything? Umeke's poke in Kona.
Yeah,
for sure.
Super good.
That is my favorite poke place in the world. Poke place, sorry. I'm lazy and I say poke.
We've been to the Big Island a couple of times. It's really cool. Definitely. There's so much to do. It's kind of hard to narrow. We've been to a black sand beach kind of on the north side of the island that was really nice. We went snorkeling at one of the best snorkeling spots we've ever been to. You remember where that place was called?
It was a state historical park just south of Kona. It was like a big long Hawaiian name that I can't pronounce.
The town, I think it was like Captain Cook or Cook.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But there were spinner dolphins, and it was really, really neat. We had a great time. Captain Cook, yeah. So just outside of Captain Cook. Is that it?
No, it was. Let me see. It was a state historical park.
Really long Hawaiian name. It wasn't that far down.
What?
It was by Captain Cook. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah, there we go. State history. Kealakekua Bay State Historical Park. Yeah, it's right by the Captain James Cook Monument. So,
yeah, so it's close to Volcano by the national park.
It's not close at all.
You're going to be a little further north. I think less than an hour drive, though.
It's not close at all. It's up by Kona, south of Kona, but it's not close to Volcano at all.
Where's Volcano?
Down here.
No.
Don't listen to him.
Well, it's not that big of an island, but
that's true.
It's really, really great snorkeling there. So I would definitely recommend checking that out.
Yes.
Yep. We enjoyed it so much that we actually left our phones and our bags too close to the shore, and the tide came up and destroyed our phones, but it was totally worth it because it was some of the best snorkeling we've ever done.
Yeah, so I had to go into town and buy a flip phone.
Yeah, because she needed
$50.
She needed one for work. But yeah, funny stories from snorkeling on the Big Island.
$50 for a stupid flip phone. You think they would pay me to take a flip phone? Anyway, back to Costa Rica. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's like during spring break of 2023. So I imagine a lot of people will have that time off, or, you know, if you're in college, I guess. That's supposed to be a really good time of year for that side, for the jungle, and for the Pacific side, which is where the coast will be. We won't be going to the Caribbean side because that's
the wet season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that we had the best chance of good weather. Obviously, you can't really, control that, but it's supposed to be the best time of year to go there. So
yes. So like I said, flying to San Jose, all of your hotels are going to be covered. I'm sure Kevin went over this earlier. All of your hotels are covered. not your international flights, so you'll have to take care of that, which is good for flexibility, I think. So you can come in whenever if you want to stay a few days before, a few days after.
And some good sites off the top of our head. Obviously, as you know, we fly standby. So with Kelly's job, so we don't really buy our flights the same way that other people do. But if you check out Skyscanner, Fare Drop, there's some really nice, easy ways. I think Scott's Cheap Flights is another one that you can find some deals. So
Jack's Flight Club.
Yeah, if you look this far out, I'm sure you'll be able to find a round trip fare for not too expensive at all.
Yes. A lot of the meals, not all of them though, we have a little bit of flexibility with that, with the free time and everything. So, they want people to not have to be in one place at a certain time every single day. Everything's planned out, which is nice. And Costa Rica, depending on where you go, won't be that expensive, for the meals that you're responsible for. So not too bad. Be prepared for a lot of beans and rice and plantains, which I love. Fantastic. A guide for the whole time, which, even like we're not planning this trip. A professional person from Costa Rica is planning it. So
yeah, we're just going along on it. We haven't done this trip. Kelly's been to Costa Rica. I have never been to Costa Rica. So you'll be experiencing it with us for the first time, just like we are. So that's kind of nice that we'll be all doing that experience together.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about a couple of foreigners in a foreign country like, oh, I don't know where to go.
No, we're not. I won't be driving the bus or anything like that, so
I'll be driving. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll just be along for the ride with you guys. So
yeah,
it'll be fun and exciting.
So the airport transportation, if you pick up one of the ones with us, I think there's 3 different ones.
Yeah, throughout the day. So unless it's a really early or a really late one, flight in, or you get a delay or something, then you'll have to figure out your own transportation. But
the first night is in San Jose, so it's not like we're driving away from the airport, into the jungle on the first day. So that'll be fine. All of your transportation once you get in country is included. So we'll all be driving around on a bus or a van or something, depending on how many of us there are, up to 20. So that's still not that big of a group.
No.
We might have to take 2 vans, but depending on how many people like us enough to come travel with us. Yeah. You went over the link. Yeah, the link will have a more detailed itinerary, even though Kevin was going over that.
Yeah, I'll do kind of a little faster recap of it. So we visit a hot spring. We're going to be doing a volcano hike. Like I said earlier, it's not anything too strenuous. We'll be visiting a really nice waterfall. There's also a few options to add on activities as well if you want to do a little more. So on the day that you would do that waterfall visit, there's also an option to go canyoneering. And if you're not familiar with canyoneering, that's like rappelling down waterfalls. You jump off of small cliffs into pools. You kind of descend into a canyon and work your way through with ropes and a harness and a helmet and all that sort of stuff. That's something I've always wanted to do. I thought that'd be really cool. I've seen people do that in Zion National Park and all different really places. Cool. We've done a little bit of rock climbing, but just adding the kind of water element, and you get to jump off of cliffs and off of waterfalls and stuff, and that just sounds really awesome. So that's an option if you wanted to add on to one of those. If somebody did do that, we would absolutely do it with you. So that is really cool too. It's not like you'd be going by yourself or anything like that if you're the only person that wants to do it.
This trip though is a little bit more centered on physical activities, and we will be in a tropical country, just so you're aware. Costa Rica, I think, is like the adventure capital of Central America. So that kind of goes hand in hand. But just so, you don't have to do, all of them are optional. You don't have to do any of it. But that's kind of what the activities will be. They'll be hiking and visiting a waterfall, and there will be steps and zip lining and snorkeling and getting in and out of boats and stuff when we're at the beach. So if you want to participate in our activities, they are a little bit more physical adventure oriented.
Yep.
So
I
just
know
keep that in mind.
when we go to the beach, which is the second half of the trip, the first half, like we said, is more in the jungle with the waterfalls, volcanoes, that sort of thing. The second half is more relaxing on the beach and surfing and snorkeling. Snorkeling and kayaking are included, so those are options that you can do, which we'll probably be taking the whole group out and doing that kind of stuff. So there is a little bit of physical activity, but I wouldn't really be too worried about it. My mom is interested in coming, and she's 72 years old, so I don't think it's going to be too crazy for anybody.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
You get to see where this guy came from.
Yep. She says she wants to do zip lining, which is another option. So
I would like to see that.
Yeah,
I would
I would
pay
too.
to go to see that. Your mom rocks.
That she does. Thanks, bro.
And his brothers rock too. Hello, Mark. Okay, so other questions. So what the trip costs. Our early bird pricing is for the first 8 spots. Now we do need 8 people to book to confirm the trip to go. So if we get less than 8 people, the trip will not happen. So we need 8 of you awesome people to book with us. And if you do, you'll get $200 off, which is really cool. Just to incentivize you to book early and book often. So early bird pricing is $18.99. And that's for the first 8 people. So that'll go as long as the 8 spots are available. And then after that, up to 20 people, it's $20.99. So still not that bad for that trip. It's a pretty good price.
Yeah, for 1 week, that's all of your transportation, a guide the whole time, most of your meals, most of the activities, unless you want to add on, the canyoneering is extra and stuff like that. And all of your accommodation too.
Yeah, I don't know right now how much the extra activities are.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, we
we'll
haven't
have to
heard
figure
that yet.
out.
And
I can't imagine it would be that much more expensive though.
No, and those are optional. So if you decide not to, that's fine. It's 18 or over. So unfortunately, we can't have anyone under 18. I think it's just a liability thing. Once we're there, we're covered by Trova Trips insurance and everything. So they put off a lot of trips with a lot of creators. So they are well versed in any emergencies that might happen. They know what to do and when to do it, which is another good reason you're going with them organizing the tours instead of us. Because we'd be like, I don't know what to do, guys. Probably that's what I would do. So you can make payments. Some people have had questions about this. The payment plan is with Affirm. I've never personally used Affirm. I think there is interest if you choose to do payments with Affirm. I know Amazon uses them. Like if you make a big purchase on Amazon, you can use Affirm to pay off that purchase. So you can do that. You don't have to pay all at once. But to book your spot, the down payment is 25% of the trip. So if you get the $18.99, it's 29% or 25% of that. And then if you book the $20.99, it's 25% of that. And then full payment is due 60 days before. So mid-January of next year. So plenty of time from now. That's 7 months.
Yep. And also it should be mentioned, I'm not sure if we touched on this enough, but the trip isn't live yet. It goes live on the 24th on Friday. So it's just a couple days, I think 48 hours from now is when we'll actually be able to book it. So this is just answering any questions that you have until that goes live.
Yes. And if you don't get your questions in now, I think we'll be going live on Instagram tomorrow. Just for those people over there that aren't on YouTube.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Those are the only notes that I have. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. It seems really exciting. The itinerary, like we said, we didn't come up with any of this. This is all pre-made for us. We know all the hotels. It'll tell you the exact hotel in the itinerary, so you can go and I'm like very particular about my hotels. So I've already gone and Googled them all, and they all have good ratings. So that's good. I don't mind staying in a cheap hotel as long as it
has good
is
ratings.
And
yeah.
These aren't cheap hotels, I'm saying, but like.
Yeah, all the hotels are 3-star or higher, so
higher,
that's good. And they all get good reviews. They all seem really nice. The second part of the trip we'll be spending in the town of Hako, which is a little surf town by the coast on the Pacific side.
Yeah, that's one place I have been before. It's very chill. Yeah, it's very like
kind of a surf
chill
town.
Costa Rica surf town. Yeah. Very cool.
Yep. So
good vibes, man.
big beach destination. So we'll be hanging out there for a couple days. There'll be options to just relax on the beach too. I'm definitely going to try to do some surfing while I'm there. So if anyone wants to go surf, let's do it. It's a beginner surf spot too. So if you've never gone before and want to give it a try, there's, super warm water down there. So that'll be really nice.
And he 100% has researched the surf there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Even before this trip. Yeah. Absolutely.
He already knows. Yeah.
So we'll be doing some snorkeling there as well. So that will be really good.
Can you give lessons?
Yeah, I can. I'll repay the favor because I think you gave me lessons. Mark, my older brother, gave me lessons in Hawaii when I was like 20. And I remember getting absolutely destroyed. I don't think he remembers this story. I've talked to him about it before, but I remember him doing very well at surfing and me just almost drowning the whole time. So yeah, I'll definitely give you lessons.
Sounds about what I would do, surfing.
Yep.
What beach was that on?
We went to an Air Force base on Oahu, or maybe not an Air Force, but it was a base. Like he couldn't go there. I remember he had to show his ID to go to the beach. He'll probably remember what it is now that I said that. The zip lining that is an option as well. Costa Rica is really known for zip lining. They will take you, and it says here that it is the longest zip line in the Central Pacific, which is 2,400 feet. So a 2,400 foot zip line. You will fly from tree to tree. That's what it says. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh.
That sounds like fun. I want to do that.
Yeah. I know that in Hako as well, there is a pool at the hotel. So just to give you an idea what kind of place it is, it's going to be a nice hotel. So you can swim in the ocean, you can swim in the pool. So that'll be really good. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting trip. We had the option to do like 7 different Costa Rica trips, but this was a good mix of kind of the adventure jungle side of Costa Rica, but also the beach side. So we thought that'd be really cool to see a little bit of both of them. And that's what our contact at Troga Trip recommended as one of the most popular trips too. So any special gear needed for the trip? We would recommend a couple different things.
Bikini.
Yeah, definitely want to bring some bug spray, good sunscreen, probably some good water shoes as well for, swimming. There's going to be like options to swim in the waterfalls when you're kayaking and snorkeling, getting in and out of the boat.
Yeah, not anything specifically like for the adventures. Like you don't need to bring like a rock climbing harness or anything. No, just anything you would pack for like a jungle.
Most everything's going to be
beach adventure
as well. So.
Yeah. So everything for zip lining and stuff, they'll have it.
Yeah. And it's going to be pretty warm too, not the hot. It's kind of the same temperature all year round in Costa Rica. So this
deodorant.
Yeah. It's going to be a warm tropical destination for sure. But we'll kind of go over all that stuff if you're a little more serious into it. If you do have questions further than this live or anywhere in the next couple of months, if you're thinking about doing it, then just hit either Kelly or myself up either on YouTube or on Instagram or however you want to get a hold of us, and we'll absolutely answer any questions that we can for you guys.
Yeah, I answer all my DMs, so I don't get that many. So hit me up. Come hang out with me.
Yeah.
I'm bored, quarantined at home. Ugh.
Yeah, we're going on 7 days right now at home. So we had to cancel our trip to Washington, which we were really bummed about. This time of year, we really like to go do some outdoorsy kind of national park, camping, hiking adventures. And we had to cancel that trip. We were supposed to go yesterday, but
Here we are.
Dang, COVID got us. So
No,
no,
I'm fading.
but it's okay.
I think this is the most I've talked in the last week.
Yeah, we've had lots of TV shows to binge and catch up on. Yeah.
Oh, it's been pouring. Oh, yeah, I heard that it's been raining a lot. So I guess we're missing the rain. Although it has oddly been raining here.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier. We had thunderstorms in Southern California last night, which I think has happened. I've lived here 8 years, and it's been maybe 3 times I've heard thunder. You know,
At least by the beach.
Yeah.
They have them in the desert. But
Yeah.
Not here.
So we might get up to the Pacific Northwest a little later in the summer, but not going to happen this month, which is unfortunate. So
we feel better, but we're still testing positive.
Yeah, it's kind of at that point now where we're still quarantined, but we want to be out and doing stuff because we don't really have any symptoms anymore.
Speaking of that, I think a cloud just went over the sun outside.
Yeah, it got really dark in here.
My ring light a little bit. Fake sunlight. All right. Do you guys have any more questions, or maybe we'll sign off? Any questions about the trip or any questions at all for us? And like we said, we'll be on Instagram tomorrow if that's easier for you.
Yep. About the same time, about noon.
Probably everyone is at work right now while we're quarantining at home.
Maybe we'll do it a little later for Instagrams tomorrow, but yeah, hopefully, I think it's going to be a really awesome trip. If you're interested in going, let us know if you have any questions. Check out that link below, and it goes live in 48 hours. So if you want to travel with us, 25% down, and you just got to pay off the rest before next year. So.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Kay. I hope you can come. So like Kevin said, we have the link that has all the trip info. There's also a place to sign up for email updates. So please do that. That's really important so you don't miss the notification of when it goes live, which is at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time on Friday, the 24th. So if you sign up for those email notifications, you'll get an email when that's live. So if you book, you'll get that $200 off, which is awesome. Which, I mean, if you are really good at getting cheap flights, like that could go really far in your San Jose flights.
Yeah.
So I could almost pay for a San Jose flight right there. Oh, one thing we should mention, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier before I was here, but it will be double occupancy. So you'll have a roommate, which might be fun, or you can pay for a single room. I don't know what the supplemental cost for that is. So if anyone wants that information, let me know, and I will ask our trip coordinator.
Or grab a friend and come along with you.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be super fun. For sure.
Absolutely. Let's do some surfing. Let's do some zip lining. Let's go hike some waterfalls and volcanoes.
I'm going to be looking for all the monkeys and eating all the plantains.
Yep.
I love plantains. Like, I'm a freak.
Yeah, the food's going to be really good too. We're definitely excited about the food.
Yes, and it's been so long since we've been to, like, I guess a Latin American country.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Mexico in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We haven't really explored Central America like at all.
Not nearly enough.
No. So, yay. Been to Europe too many times lately. I'm just kidding. So privileged.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off, guys. Thanks so much for joining us on our live. And like I said, if you have any questions, DM us or leave it a comment or whatever. We'll get back to you.
Sign up for the email notifications, and the trip goes live in 48 hours. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Can't wait to plan the trip with you.
And we will be on Instagram tomorrow if you think of anything.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.